Hi everyone, and welcome to part 3 of our planner page for this week from Johanna Basford's Weekly Planner, and we're using the Staedtler Design Journey pencils. Now we have a few elements left, and then we're going to sort of try and do a watery effect and sky. So let's crack on. I'm going to do the top building first, and then we'll do the boat after. Now I quite liked the colours I used for the building below the sea. I'm going to do similar, probably, if I can remember it'll be the same, but I don't know if I can. So we'll start with the windows, I can remember them. 11. Okay, I'm going to sharpen this and then just do all the bits that I think are windows. We do have a little lamp here as well. I think I might do this lamp with the 11 as well, as if that's a sort of see-through section. I'm going to do all that as a window. I'm not really sure, but why not? And inside there, as if the door's open and we're looking in. This bit, I'm thinking window. And these here, these are obviously little windows. I think these probably are. And here. And this. However, these arches, we can see through them, so it's not a window. I've also got some rock bits there that I haven't done. We'll deal with that as we get there. There, and then these little windows. Now down this bit, I'm thinking this could be a big window, like a big picture window we can view, maybe. Who knows? That's my interpretation anyway. Next, I think, I'm trying to work out which colour I did for the roof. 260, I think. If it's slightly different, I don't think it matters. But anyway. Ooh. 260. Let's start with this one here. And just sort of fade it in towards the middle. And then work on all of them. Yeah, I think that's the colour I used at the bottom. So it doesn't matter that much. And you might want to use something different. I rather like keeping all the colours warm. You know, the sort of reds, oranges, yellows type thing going on, rather than sort of, you know, going into greys and blues and things. We've got a few greys with our pebbles, but they were a warm grey. I think it rather adds to the warmth of the picture. I'm getting warm. Just had my coffee and yeah, it's getting warm, but my feet are still like ice, which is keeping me cooler. I just went into the sitting room to have my coffee, see how my son was and see if he wanted the door open or anything, but he said he was fine. He was wasn't too hot. I think his temperature is okay today, which is good. Glad he's feeling better. I feel a bit slightly stuffy and a little bit sore throaty, but I'm hoping I'm just going to fight it off. He's got a bit of a vitamin D deficiency possibility because of the meds he takes. So, and he's always been more vulnerable to colds anyway. Actually, getting colds is a side effect of his meds as well. So it's you can't win really. He hasn't had a nasty one like this for quite a long time. I don't even know where he's got it from, because we haven't really, I mean, we've been out and about a little bit, but we haven't been inside out and about mixing with people very much. You know, we've just been outside walking and stuff. It's a bit odd, but anyway, he's getting a lot better, so that's good. I just hope husband doesn't catch it before he starts his holiday. But he's the one that's, again, more vulnerable. I think there's a genetic thing in how vulnerable we are to catching things. Because also, I think pain, like he was suffering with a sore throat really badly and finding it very, very painful, whereas I never get that a sore throat that badly. It stops me being able to talk sometimes, not often, but me not being able to talk, yeah, sometimes. But it doesn't really hurt so badly that I feel like I need pain medication like they do. Right, that is the next, that's that colour. Now I think this one, the 27, was what I used for the bits under the roof, so I'm going to use it for the sort of window sills and door frames. Actually I used it for the whole door, so I used it for the whole door, things like that. I think it was this one. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm just lucky. Though they do say, who was it that told me this? Maybe a health visitor. If you get more colds when you're young, you get less when you're older. But I haven't observed that. He always got more colds when he was younger, and he still gets more colds now. I'm going to colour that one in the roof colour. So I'm going to knit back to the 260. It looks like a roof. So I don't know. But my mum used to say that whenever I got a cold, my dad would always get one, and it would get on her nerves, because then she had to nurse him as well as us. It's 27, and she sort of had to tell him to stop. I don't know how you can stop. This is 722, but luckily with my husband, he sometimes catches stuff, but he'll just go to bed and go to sleep and get better. And he doesn't need much. I make sure he drinks some water or make him tea or whatever he might want. Yeah, that's about it. And then he sleeps it off. And yeah, that's fine. And it's hard if I'm trying to look after poorly people, and he is as well. But it doesn't usually, it's very rare for you to all be ill at the same time. We have had an occurrence when it was the first time the boys picked up a tummy bug. They were at nursery, and because neither of us have been exposed to one for such a long time, we both caught it as well. Oh, and you know, clearing up after little ones, washing millions of sheets and clothes and floors, and oh, and then you're being ill yourself at the same time. Oh, it was horrible. But that only once, fortunately. But yeah, it was slightly staggered. After that, I got lots of antibacterial hand wash, and I used to obsessively wash my hands when they had anything like that, and wash the taps and, you know, all things, anything they might have touched when they were the flushes on the loos and everything. But I didn't get it again. I think probably it actually was nothing to do with me being so careful, and everything to do with me having built up an immunity almost right away. Now, through here, look, we're going to be seeing this house, this building, through here like that. This is this building, but what is going on down here? We've got stilts here. What's that? And I think I'm gonna put this building through here as well. It's really long. I don't know if that's right, but it sort of ends here, so part the way through there. So maybe no, that one. I'm just gonna do that. I don't think that's right, but you know, I've done it now. And the base of this one. Now we've got these sort of stilts and things. I'm just thinking about what colour to do those. I might grab this other colour that I put by, because I thought it was one that I'd used and I hadn't, and it's 72. Let me just have a look on my swatch chart. Yeah, I think it'll work. It's in similar vein of colours, you know, similar type, but slightly different, a bit more browny, so it could look a bit more like wood, maybe. Oh, we haven't done that one. I knew I would forget. I'm going to do this too. I just want it to match. I feel like it should be brown, but I want it to match. Now this little one here, this 722 is the main parts of the building. Just going to do it all. And then the roof in 260. There we go. I just noticed it's time for my tennis to start. Ooh. The matches I want aren't on first. They're the second matches on. It's exciting all the same. Now, our boat, ship, isn't it? Right. I'm going to go wood, I think. It'll sort of match with the contrast. I've got a wooden tree trunk over here, so I'm going to go wood for this bit. And then figure out the rest as I go along. So number 7, we'll do a sort of base of 7 across all the bits. I think should be wooden. Don't press too hard because we'll put in some other colour. I'm just trying to work gently around this sort of rope thing. Now we can see the sea lapping along here, as it would. We'll worry about that later. I think these bits as well. And also the mast. Can't see much of it. Can see those bits, don't forget those bits there. There we go. Now, grab a slightly darker colour, 76, and I think I'm just going to make them a little bit darker at the bottom, like that and that. For these, I think I'm just going to do a little bit along the edge of each line, quite rough. Go. It's a bit messy, isn't it? I think it'd be okay, actually. Oh, itchy nose. Now, the little bit of rope, I'm going to make it quite bright. I'm grabbing this colour, which is 299. I think it's the good dark carmine. And I'm going to do this rope quite bright because it's not going to stand out from the wood. Could do it yellow to stand out even more, but I probably coloured over it too much to do that. I'm going to do the flag in the same colour. Oh, the sun is shining through the edge of the blind and it's reflecting off a little metal piece in my pencil case. It's a, it's the edge of my brush that I used to brush away. It's this. A sun was shining off that in my eyes. I've moved it now and that's better. Right. The sail. I'm going to do it in quite a pale colour, but I think it needs to be done. This is the light ochre. It's got a slightly greeny tinge, but I think it will show up quite well from the white. I don't want it just to be white. I think it might look a bit dirty with this, which is fine. Like aged rather than dirty maybe. So I'm going to just work it a little more on the corners and edges where I think it would sort of dirty itself more. Dirty itself more. I hope you know what I mean. Looks a bit, yeah, rough. Now we have these pots. I think they all look like they're quite terracotta-y. What sort of colour? I think this colour is, oops, probably quite a good one. Number 49. And because they're small, I'm just going to not worry about the pattern, just do them sort of dark on the edges and lighter in the middle, and all the same. You don't have to do them all the same. You can get terracotta jugs, by the way, I have seen them. Very heavy. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hold on a minute. Right, that was a spam call, so didn't need to worry about that. Now we have a little lamp hanging off here. There's a tiny little candle in it, it's so wee. We're going to use the 11 for the flame. Oh, really is teeny. Hold the page still and try and get some colour to show up. In fact, actually, I'm going to do the whole of this the same. Then we can at least see there's a bit of colour in there. There we go. And the actual lamp casing, I think I might do, yeah. I'm going to make it look like it's sort of gold. I sort of was tempted to do it silvery, but I'm going to use the number 16. Yes, that was a call saying this is your bank and so unauthorised payments have gone into your account. Now I hung up quite quickly. You need to be very wary of these calls if you ever get them, for two reasons. If it says press 1 for this, press 2 for this, as soon as you press the number you start being charged for the phone call at a very high rate. But also they're not from your bank and they're just trying to get your bank details and steal money off you. So the best thing to do is to hang up, and if you're at all concerned that it might be from your bank, phone your bank and ask them. Now the C. We are going to do the C. I'm just trying to decide on the colour. I'm looking at my swatch chart. We've got the, I think the phthalo green is quite nice. Got sea green. The thing is, we've got a lot of warm colours. I'm suddenly going to go for blues. We could use the aquamarine, the turquoise. See, the sea green was what we used before. I'm going to go for the phthalo green. I think it's going to work. And that is the 553. I've got to find it. Here he is. I haven't used him yet. But will it show up? No, I'm not. I've changed my mind. I'm going to use a blue because we've got so much green. So I'm going to use 54. 54 is a French green, but it's blue. And I'm going to just start by doing this. So I'm holding the pencil quite near the top and just doing a horizontal colouring. And have you noticed I'm going right over the top of our plants? Because we are going to go right over the top of everything to make it look like we're looking through the water. This is quite a scary thing to do, I have to say. If you're not, if you've not done it before, you could be worried that you're going to ruin your whole picture. If you don't want to do this, just colour in this bit and this bit. Okay, but I'm doing it really lightly, you can barely see it. But I'm going to add something else to make it look more like we're looking through water in a bit as well. Now I'm not doing it too hard because I don't want it all to go really green. I'm going to start here, my arm's hurting again. Oh, it hurt when I did the bottom bit as well. I guess it's just the angle. Now I find the longer the stroke you do, the better it looks. It's quite hard near the edge. You need to go, you can't come back because you'll wreck the paper. So you have to start going like this. You can do it up to about here. You see what I mean? My pencil kit is getting stuck. Do it this way. Ooh. That's my pencil sharpener on the floor. Elbows. Now I'm just going to adjust my position in my chair so I can do this side. Now, what I'm going to do next is use some pastels on both for the sky and for the sea. I'm just going to pick up my sharpener so I don't run it over with my chair. Now, for the sea there are different options. I am going to go with this one. This is my pan pastel. It is my white fine pearl medium that I use for wings and things like that, so it's got a slightly reflective look and I think it will help. But I'm also thinking that maybe using a white pastel might have a similar effect, because it'll make it look like, hang on, let's put that pencil away, it'll make us look like we're looking through a sort of foggy bit. I'm going to try that first. I'm going to try the white pastel, because it's more likely that you'll have a white pastel than have the pan pastel, I should imagine. Just need to find a cloth that's pretty clean so that, yeah, it's a clean bit there. So I've got this really long strip of white here. I've got a little white here. This white's really dirty. I can't tell if it's white or cream. It's grey on the cloth. I think I use this one. It's actually broken this one into lots of pieces, and the black one is. So let's put white on top and see if it even does anything. Oops. No, that doesn't do anything. Okay, so you could use a pale blue, something like that. I'm going to get out my pan pastel. Ooh. And because this has a sort of reflective pigment in it, it looks shiny in the light. It gives this sort of blurred look to the sea, which it might be quite hard actually for you to see on camera. It also goes down much thicker than the little pastels do, which I think helps. It's a lot better, I have to say, but way more expensive. Now I'm going to hold the page up to the lamp, and you should be able to see that sort of glow or look. But we're going to do something else on this as well in a minute. I'm just going to put that away. We're going to do some sky. Now, I very often do little blue patches around the sky to look like clouds, and leave white bits to look like clouds. We're going to do a different thing this time. We're going to do grey patches to look like clouds. It's just, I haven't done this before. I'm just going to grab some grey. That's quite a dark grey. And just do some light sort of grey cloud swirls. See what happens. It's storm brewing. It's hard to see. Actually, you can't really see, can you? I thought it was quite dark, but maybe it isn't as dark as it looks on the paper. So some of the sky will be white still, where there's no cloud, and some of the sky will be sort of grey. Let's just sweep that off. I think I would like actually to put some blue in the spaces where there's no grey. So just bits here and there, bits of blue. It just looks a bit more finished. I thought I could get away with leaving the white, but it just looks like I didn't do anything. Just put blue around it. Should have put a bit of paper in here. I'm probably getting all the pages below dirty on the edges. Doesn't hurt too much. Go around the edge of that cloud. Train going by, I can hear. I haven't got the windows open in here, so you probably can't hear it that loudly. My ear is just listens out for them still, even though the children aren't using them at the moment. They will be again in September. Got a nice long time to go yet. I'm putting my hand down in the pan pastel on the bottom, which probably isn't a good idea. It's quite hard getting in the gaps around the building. You can use a finer item for that if you want. Right, the water. It's quite nice sometimes to get a white pen and draw in some lines. Now you might not want to do this. Let's come in a little bit closer just for this bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got a jelly roll 10. I'm going to lean on here so that it smudge all the pan pastel off, and I'm going to just draw in some white lines as if we're under the water. My pen doesn't want to work. Not at all. So sort of follow this line at the top and just go across. Don't really need that on there. Now I don't know whether you can really see these lines. They're quite light because of being white, obviously. Now I was tempted to go over the top of the black line, which is RC level, with this to sort of make it disappear, but I don't think that's a good idea because you can't see the white that well. There we go. So it looks slightly more blurred from the pastel, and then we've got these white lines over the top, so it looks a bit more like we're looking through into the water. I think when I come out it'll be quite tricky to see, to be honest, but there we go. I'm quite pleased with that. I like its warmth, and yeah, so there we go. So you don't have to do the cloudy bit, by the way, if you don't want. I like black clouds. If you don't want black clouds, you can just leave those areas white. But there we are. There is our finished picture. So thank you for watching. Have a lovely Wednesday. Please do like, subscribe and comment. Have a super day and happy colouring.